Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. This is Vinland Saga season 2 episode number 1 reaction. Oh boy, I am so happy. This is a show that has it's one of my top 3 shows. Obviously I'll be happy. Like it has been, what can I say, there has been very few opportunities for me to react to my top 3 shows. There are very few shows, which those shows that have actually kind of completed and everything, Monogatari series, Gintama, Vinland Saga, all of these shows, most of them has completed, and most of them I haven't been able to react to them. But this is the first show, I think, out of the top 3 that I'm actually able to react to on my channel. And yeah, and I'm so glad that this is barely the start of Vinland Saga. Only season 1 has come out. Like, there's a lot left. I know the manga is ongoing and everything is still ongoing, I think, and that was barely the prologue, and I can't wait to see where this this anime goes to, because the prologue was a banger. It was, within that few episode, it made us go through a roller coaster of emotions. It had such a complex storytelling, deep storytelling, so many things, so many things to think about. Like that one season that we got to see changed everything. It blew my mind how good something can be. And I hope that continues here, and I've heard that it actually gets better in the manga. I'm like, better? What? How much better? Anyways, let's see. As you can see, I'm pretty happy about the fact that it's finally here, and hopefully this will continue. This has become like a recurring series, just like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is kind of ending, so maybe this will become kind of like a recurring series, like season 2, season 3, season 4 continues like that. There's a lot of source material to adapt, so hopefully that won't be a problem. Either way, yeah, this is season 2, first episode. Let us get started. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, here we go. Mappa, yeah. Is this the opening? Now, one thing, I think like the opening came out a long time ago. I've not heard the opening. This is my first time hearing the opening. Okay. Oh my god, look at the visuals. Hey, the visuals. Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. The song is really good. But I'm astounded by, is that Canute? I'm astounded by the visuals. What is this? Ah. All right. Yeah, the song is also really nice. Okay, a few new characters we can see. Vinland Saga season 2. Oh. Oh boy, I can't wait. Okay. Oh. Damn, look at the muscles. Yo. Hey, the sweat. Carve it in your flesh. Okay, as far as I remember, Thorfinn got arrested in the final episode. So, wait, which language is this? Oh my god. Hmm. Oh, I think we saw this guy in the final episode of season one. It was like in a boat or something. It was like, oh, was it him or was it someone else? Slave. No, no, it's not that guy. Or is it? What the, was that an axe? What was that? Attacking the tree. Einar. Battle. Okay. Wait, okay, that was a knife. She actually threw a knife towards. Well, better than a knife, I guess. Yes, hibernation, I think so. Hmm. Burned to ashes, okay. Gusmur. He's like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, I'm talking about something serious. Hmm. Hmm. Yo, his face. Oh god, this seems like something bad is going to happen after this. Everything's too peaceful. Yeah, the visuals are so good. Oh boy, this is amazing. Uh, like I was saying, great. It's great. Yep, the Vikings, isn't there? Lotus. Uh, oh no. I knew something was going to happen. Ah, great. Oh no. The red flowers. Oh boy. Wait, where did that arrow come from? It's in the middle of the jungle. Probably some stray arrows. Yeah, he was like, okay, don't voice. Lower your voice. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. So is he going to take up, because he was using his axe to, you know. Oh, he's just gonna, yeah. Oh boy. Uh, oh god. Yeah, these guys are accustomed to fighting. Oh my god. I should have gotten the neck, you know. Oh no. Oh. Oh boy. Damn, these guys are. Oh boy. Yeah. Damn. A fur on a barren land withers with neither bark or leaves. So does. Why should you live a long life? So did he like attack them or something? Oh no no, he's being taken captive. Oh. Oh, okay, this is that scene we saw. So it is him, that guy we saw in the end of season 1. Okay, so he's been taken to be sold off or something. Oh. Wait, is he even, I don't, is this a, okay, I'm not really sure if that's what's happening here. Oh. Oh no, no, he's not been taken to Seoul. It's someone else. Oh no, he is. Okay. I'm so confused. So okay, there you go. Okay. So those guys sold them to these guys and they're taking them okay, somewhere else or something. Hmm. Damn. Yo. Is he planning to jump or something? Oh no. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, obviously if he jumped over there, he would never would have been able to survive. Hmm. Oh, is he trying he's trying to slip away? Oh boy. I feel like no way will he be able to run away like this. Oh wait, he actually. Oh boy, this reminds me of that scene from like where Thorfinn catches a hare for the first time. Oh yeah, well, oh oh no, it's those guys. Oh, they're going to make an example of him to try to scare the other ones. Yeah, there you go. That's what they're doing. This is going to like hammer down any rebellion that could have happened. Oh, oh, interesting. Like this starts with the whole theme of freedom, which was the theme of the previous season as well. Like I'll talk about it later. He's losing hope little by little. I'm interested in how Thorfinn is, like, where Thorfinn is, when he's going to come into the scene. Oh, it's Leaf. Is that Leaf? Come on, show the face. Is that Leaf? Yup, it's Leaf. There you go. Wait, does he know him? Oh, interesting. What? Oh, he's trying to find Thorfinn. Oh, great. He's trying to find Thorfinn. So this is happening before or after? Wait a minute. Is this before the whole thing or after? The whole canoe situation where Astela dies. Uh, yeah, it's kind of ironic how Thorfinn never wanted to go with him later. At the beginning, while he's. Oh, what the? Who's this? Armor. No, it sounds like a seems like a reasonable guy. Kind of looks like it. Better than the others who were coming to buy him. Yeah, he was a farmer, as he said, so this is perfect. I feel like this guy will be the best person to go with because all the others who were coming trying to buy him were, yeah, they weren't. They didn't look. They were good people. But he looks a little reasonable. I don't know. Looks could be deceiving. I'm not sure. Let's see. Damn, that horse is muscular. All right, let's see how big it is. It's probably huge. Ooh, damn. Hey, yo. Oh my god, it's huge. What the hell? Is that all his place? All of that is his farm? God damn. It gets reminded of his place. Ooh. Hmm. Sound of. Wait, what? What? Wait, why is he here? So this is happening after that. I thought this was happening because Leaf was trying to find him. Wait, has Thorfinn gone up? Yeah, I was beginning to think that way. Yeah, he remembered. Leaf was looking for him. I think so. That's Thorfinn. Yep. Wow. Okay, interesting. I wonder why is he here? Why did he? So he got sold as a slave as well after the whole Canute situation. Okay, let's listen to the ending. Ooh. Okay, this is a really good song. Hmm. I guess I had to learn there's no freedom without love. Okay. I think that's what. Okay, that's it. All right. A solid start. Okay, they started in by telling us. Wait, what was his name? Einar. Yeah, Einar. They started by telling us Einar's backstory, and Einar is the. At first, I was kind of like thinking that is this the same guy that we saw in the previous season, the last episode of the previous season on the boat. I was not exactly sure, but he kind of looked like him, his hair color and everything. But later on, we get to know that is exactly him. So we start by his backstory, I would call it, because technically, when we got introduced to him, he was on the boat. So we retraced a few steps back, which means it is a backstory. We get to see his backstory, and then we continue from the boat. And then, okay, now here's another interesting thing, which so wait a minute. So what happened? We don't have much information as to what happened after Ashalad's death, and like Canute was like, "Oh, arrest him," and then what happened? Like, I'm kind of curious. I don't think like Canute is going to, like sell him away to somewhere. I don't know, like sell him away to the slave market or something. I don't think he would do that. But then why is he here? That's the question I'm thinking. So that's a question that is in my head, and I'm guessing we're going to get our answers to that very soon. And who knows? Maybe Canute is the one who recommended Thorfinn to go to this place or something. This place where he's working for this new guy. Maybe he's the one who recommended him to go there or something as a punishment. Like, because obviously he was there, and like the whole Ashalat situation, and like he got arrested. He tried to attack Canute and all that. That's why he probably was like, oh, like go to this place as a punishment or something like that. Maybe that's why he is here. Anyways, no need to think. I'm sure I'll get my answer. They'll probably tell us very soon what exactly happened after that. But either way, he's here. And yeah, for a moment I was a little bit confused. I was like, when Leaf came in and Leaf was like, oh, like, I'm like, you're not that boy. Looks at Einar, and he's like, we can get to see that he's looking for Thorfinn. I'm like, wait a minute, when is this happening? Is this happening during the same time when Leaf was looking for Thorfinn? And later on, like, he finds Thorfinn, and then the whole thing happens with Askeladd and Canute. Like, Askeladd kills the king, and like, Canute takes the reign of the whole situation. That's what happens over there. So before that, when Leaf finally found Thorfinn, we get to hear from him that he's been trying to find Thorfinn out for a long time. So I thought that maybe that was this scene, maybe that's when this is happening. But it turns out no. When this is happening is after Canute like becomes king, and I'm guessing he's already king or something, I'm not sure. Anyways, so this is happening after that. So okay, now I kind of understand what's going on. So something must have happened where Leaf did not get to know where they took Thorfinn away to. That's why he's again trying to find out where Thorfinn is, because he probably doesn't know where he is. Canute probably like told his guards to capture Thorfinn, and I don't know, like probably sent him away or something. And Leaf didn't know what went on. So he, again, for him, he's like, oh, Thorfinn is missing again, and that's why he's again trying to find Thorfinn now. So I think that's what's happening. Anyways, let's wait. I'm sure they'll give us the proper explanation in the upcoming episodes. Okay, so we begin this episode with a little scene of a lot of things. We see, like, people fighting, farming, like we see a lot of Vikings. We see, like, someone killing someone and then coming to his child and kind of like, like with a bloodstained hand holding the child's face. And all these scenes we see. Okay, and yeah, now next we get to see Einar is using his axe to trying to chop not chop the wood, but hitting the tree with his axe. And we meet his mom, we meet his sister, and his mom is like, oh, why are you doing this? And he's like, oh, like, like because what happened previously, I need to protect you guys. And he starts talking about how this place was burned down. I do wonder why it got burned down, probably because of the Vikings again, I'm guessing. And he talks about how his dad sacrificed himself for that, and now finally they have actually reconstructed everything. So this happened previously as well. The Vikings came here as I'm assuming it was the Vikings. I'm not exactly sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so he's like, that is why I'm here trying to protect. And he's saying all of this, and his mom and sister is laughing away and everything. And the mom is like, don't worry, like, what was that? She's like, nothing will happen. Like, you don't have to worry about it. And I'm like, good God, like, we're seeing like these peaceful scenes, like everyone just farming, like, talking to each other, children running around, and I'm like, yep, something is definitely going to happen. And yeah, that's what happens exactly. The next scene, we see the whole place is on fire. I'm guessing these are the Vikings. I think so. They're wearing the helmets and everything. So yeah, they're here, and they're just destroying everything. So these three try to run away. They're like in a kind of like a place, like a hidden place, like in the shrubs. And they're trying to run away, and the mom is like, don't worry, and the sister is very tensed. So like Einar pats her head, and they're like, all right, let's run away. And they're running away, and a stray arrow hits her, I think, because obviously I don't think anyone, like, aimed at her. Like, they were like in the forest or something, not the forest, but in the shrubberies. They were running away from there. So it was probably one of the stray arrows that unfortunately came in and got her back. And yeah, she falls down. The sister had kind of gone a little bit further away, so she comes back after hearing her mom scream. And yeah, now here obviously they make a huge mistake here. Now I don't blame them for making this mistake. It's because they're extremely, like, this is the first time something crazy like this is happening to them. And they had no idea. They are like, oh, mom is like on the ground, let us go and help mom. But the mom is like, stand up, Einar, run, take your sister and run. And we get to see like those Vikings coming in, and she's like run away, Einar. And he's shocked and standing there that the sister is crying and sobbing. And this is what I'm talking about. Well, this is what I'm trying to say, where I said this is the mistake, the biggest mistake they made, is that they stopped over there, like I said. Can't blame them, because this situation is like, who expects something like this, suddenly something like this happening? Obviously, when confronting a situation like this, in your head you must have thought of a lot of ways to save yourself on everything, but when you are confronted with this situation, you stop working completely. You just freeze. And that's exactly what happened here. And his mom is like, injured, and he's probably at that moment thinking how to take my mom. He kind of tries as well, kind of tries to take his mom away from here, like grabs her, and he's like, oh, let's go, but then mom falls down again. And all these things, he doesn't know what to do. The sister is crying, and he just freezes over here. And the mom, in the end, she's like, uh as long as you are alive, that's the last word she says, you can. And I think she was probably going to say something like, you can probably rebuild, or something like that. She was going to say, like, as long as you're alive, you can probably try again, or something like this. She was probably going to say, because that was the whole theme of this whole, this situation. We saw how their houses burned down and they rebuilt everything, and the mom was positive. The mom was like, yeah, you know what, that happened, no worries, we're back on track again. So I'm pretty sure, even with his dying breath, she was probably trying to tell Einar that as long as you're alive, you can try again, so run. And while saying that, she dies. Obviously, like I said, he was extremely shocked at that moment to do anything. The sister was shocked as well. For few minutes, he just freezes over there, like, just not moving at all. The sister is also there, and using that time, obviously the Viking comes in. And I'm pretty sure, even if he tried to run away from the Vikings at that moment, or a little bit earlier, the Vikings probably would have caught up to him, so nothing would have changed, and the same thing would have happened again. Either way, they grabbed the sister, and the sister, was, got, like, and was brave, a little bit brave. She took the hairpin or something like that, I think, the hair ornament, and stabs him. Now, obviously, she stabs him here. If I guess, if she stabbed him in the neck or something, maybe it would have worked. Probably not. These guys probably has rock hard necks, so it probably wouldn't have worked. But either way, the man gets pissed off and just attacks and kills her then and there. So Einar sees that, and here at this moment, I was thinking, oh no, it'll probably be something like Einar gets extremely pissed off, and he grabs the axe, and, hacks away at all of these guys. But obviously, this is not a shonen. Is this a shonen anime? I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, this is not like one of those animes where we suddenly get a sudden boost of power. Like, I was thinking in my head, like, there was like a scene they were showing at that moment, kind of made me think maybe he's going to do that, because there was that one scene where we see the anguish inside his body, like, him just trying to scream, but he's not able to scream, and that, like, the whole screen gets black and white completely, and it's like a visual representation of his rage that he's bottling up inside of him. That scene, I was thinking, oh, he's probably going to just jump up and grab an axe and, like, try to kill these guys or something. I thought he was going to do something like that, but he didn't, which was a surprise. I actually was surprised there, because he actually didn't do anything. Because, like I said, usually in these type of scenes in anime, that's exactly what happens. Your mom dies, your sister dies in front of you, you get extremely pissed off, and, like, revenge sets in your head, and you do something outrageous and crazy, like. So I was actually thinking something like that was going to happen, but obviously at that point you can't do anything. Like, Einar does try to kind of, he does grab the axe and try to, like, attack those guys, but it didn't work. Like, these guys were like, what the hell is this? Just shoved it away and just, like, hit him. And yeah, he just, wait, did that? Just a minute. Oh, no, never mind, that didn't happen. Wait, when did he get hit then? Just a minute. Did that happen here? Just a minute. I'm trying to find out. I remember him getting hit. When was that? Oh yeah, here we go. This is where it happened, when they were trying to take his sister away. Yeah, he grabbed the axe. Like I said, he grabbed the axe and tried to get at them, but these guys, they're too strong. You know, these are like Vikings. They fight day and night, every day. Like, you know, wakes up, probably eats, goes out fighting, and comes back at night, eats, goes to sleep. Next day again, gets up, starts fighting. These are those type of people. So axe. He's probably going to break that axe into two. So in no way is it possible for a person like him, who is no way accustomed to fighting at all. He probably is a big man, you know, he probably is stronger than a lot of other people. You know, he's probably does a little bit, I don't know, training or fighting. But these are Vikings. Like, in no way is it possible. Like, and there's 3 people. It's not even 1, 3 people that big. So in no way is it's possible enough for him to do anything with any type of weapon in this situation. So these guys, they don't even look at him, they don't even acknowledge him, and they just wax him away. And they're like, oh, like they're talking about the sister, and then they're like, oh, like, let's take this boy and sell him off to the slave market. Like, don't even acknowledge him, just grabs him and just starts just tugging him and, like, you know, dragging him away. So yeah, in no way was it possible any way for Einar at this moment to do anything, any damage. Yeah, but I did think he was probably going to lash out, but he did not. You know, that scene where we see them dragging him away, that scene was very well done, where we see him kind of like just gritting his teeth, looking at that scene, and then the scene changes into like a black and white scream, like, you know, someone screaming. Is, you know, like visual representation of his anguish is shown, and that's it. And in the end, there was like a little quote here: a fir on a barren land withers with neither bark nor leaves, so too does the man loved by none. Why should he live a long life? Havamal. A fir on a barren land. Okay, now next we get to see he's in the boat, and I was thinking, I was like, wait, what's going on? So this is the same guy we saw, and like I think I probably wasn't able to recognize him, because in the boat he had like beard and everything in the previous season, in the ending episode. So I was like, is it actually this guy? But then obviously when we see him in the boat again, I'm like, yep, this is the same guy. So his name is Einar, and we see the scene, you know, like in the boat, like there's someone almost dying, and a few people comes out. They don't look like Vikings. I'm not exactly sure if they're Vikings. They're probably slave traders, and that's just it. And they, like as they like, you know, explained to us, they bought them. The Vikings probably sold them off, and they bought them, and they are now going to sell these guys off to someone else, and that's what's going on. That's why they're transporting them, you know, on that boat to someplace else. So yeah, that's what we see here. You know, like these guys, they as soon as they see one of the ladies dying, they're like, oh, like, you know, yeah, this girl won't survive. And okay, wait a minute, it's kind of crazy what exactly happened here. The girl was suffering, she's kind of coughing. I think one of the guys comes in, and okay, wait a minute, is checking her, looks at her teeth and her mouth, and says she's not going to make it. Fine, let's move her. So yeah, as soon as someone loses their value, these are slave traders. As soon as someone loses their value, they won't keep them. And it's so crazy, you know, like they didn't even wait for the boat to, I don't know, come to a stop at a shore and then, like, you know, like throw her out or something. In the middle of the boat, you know, in the middle of the water, they just chugged her out, just like that. Like, and it's like, obviously, like, you know, like, what else do I expect? These are slave traders. They don't care about human life. All this whenever they look at people, they look at their value, and that's how they judge people, you know, like, and that's the whole business. So as soon as they realize that this girl is not going to be of any help, they just threw her away in the middle of the ocean. And yeah, that's it. And Einar is like, tries to go, and he's like, what the hell are you doing? It's raining and it's stormy seas, you know, threw her away. And they just punch him, and he's like, and this is another thing. We see them, he just punches his stomach, and then he's like, wait, let's see. All right, you're not swollen. And so obviously they won't punch his face because, you know, value will drop. And that is why they just punch the stomach, and then he's like, all right, you're fine, you look fine, all right, you still have your value, and just like, you know, keeps him over there. If something happened, if he had swollen mouth or something, or maybe something else, I don't know, they probably would have chucked him outside as well. That's what would have happened, I'm guessing. Either way, and they said, don't go getting sick without us saying so. Yeah, so that lady was sick, like I said. She was sick. And as soon as they realized that she's sick, they decided to just... And he's like, at least stay healthy until we find a buyer for you. And yeah, there you go. So Einar is starting to lose confidence, you know, and he still has that rage inside of him, we can see. And he's suppressing it. Okay, and then, like, you know, the lightning was falling. I'm guessing that was like a symbolic way of trying to tell us, like, you know, us audience, that, you know, that's his rage. You know, that thunder was falling, heavy raining. That was Einar's rage inside of him. It was like a symbolic way, a visual way of, like, you know, representation of that. Anyways, next, I was actually thinking maybe he's going to jump off or something, but then, you know, like, we see him, you know, the rain has stopped. They have shored, you know, like they've come to a shore, and they're you know, like bathing them, like trying to make them clean, obviously, because they're going to sell them. And for the ladies, they're like, you know, not ladies, everyone, they're looking at if there are any lice. For the ladies, they're putting like makeup on them and trying to, yeah, and they're like, oh, can you do a little bit more makeup on her so she looks a little younger? And yeah, so there you go. Preparation for them to be sold off. Now next we get to see them just lining, and everyone, all the, like, you know, everyone coming and them just checking what's going on. Now Einar is there, like, standing, and then a few people comes in, looks at him, and, you know, like, one of the guys is like, oh, it's like second-rate people, you know, like, we won't take them. And using that opportunity, Einar tries to run away, and we can still see he has that, you know, like, that spark in him still, you know, to run away, to like, you know, like, to protect his lifestyle, you know, to not get his freedom taken away. And like I said, this is another, like, the whole theme of Vinland Saga is freedom. In season 1, we see how, you know, what freedom is, you know, and how Thorfinn lost his freedom, where nothing else but his own rage was the thing that bound him into like that chained him down completely. Thorfinn lost his freedom because of his revenge, you know, and his, like, you know, like, quest for revenge. That was what was chaining him down. And as soon as Askeladd died, you know, like, he said, like, now what are you going to chase, Thorfinn? You know, like grow up, like, you know, like let go of your revenge. And now that I'm gone, you know, like I won't be there, you know, like, to be in front of you, that you'll keep chasing me. Now you will have nothing else to do, you'll have no one to chase. And, you know, like that whole thing. And that, like, you know, like, how I remember in season 1 there was that one quote where, what was that quote? A slave to the a slave of his own desire, I think. And, like, there was like a certain quote where, oh yeah, I remember that scene where there was that one guy who was Ashaladd's, like, went to one of the villages, and that one guy who was, like, mistreating his slave, you know, that one girl, he was whipping her, and he was like, oh, what are you doing? Like, you know, you fell, like, you know, you threw that thing down, you know, who's going to clean that? And, like, it got extremely pissed, and it's like whipping her, and she's, like, you know, screaming. And I remember Asar saying something like, oh, you look at that guy there, you know, he is I think he said something like, what was that quote? That was such a nice quote. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said something like, like, that guy should be the most free over here, but he is a slave to money or something like that, he said. And oh, he said something like, oh, who do you think is the slave here? Like that girl or that guy? And he says, like, that guy has everything probably, but he's slave to his own wealth or something like that, he said. I don't exactly remember. And that's a similar thing to Thorfinn as well. Thorfinn was the slave to his own revenge, like goal, and to his own ideals. He was a slave to that. So that was the theme of Vinland Saga season 1, and it's crazy how season 2 starts with, again, the main theme being freedom. Here we see Einar trying to gain his freedom, and he still has the want, not hunger, but what's that word? He still has the, like, he still wants to be free here up until here. Later on we get to see how he little bit by little loses his his want for freedom, but still here we can see he wants to be free, and that is why he's running away. And he tries to run away, and he goes, like, into the woods, and goes to one of the houses, like steals something to, like satiate his hunger. And one of the girls see him, and he runs away, like, and the girl is screaming, thief, thief. And probably hearing that, one of the guards came in on a horse, and he's like, oh, there you are, Einar, you don't learn, don't you? And they take him, beat him, and obviously make an example of him, because this is what they do. I remember in season 1, I think, what was his name? Halfdan, I think. Yeah, he said the same thing, like, oh, one of my slaves tried to escape, so give that slave to me. Like the whole situation where Thor rescued him, and I'm going to beat him, and if he dies, he's going to die, but I'm going to make an example of him and show everyone what happens if you try to run away. That's exactly what they're doing here. They're hitting him in front of all of the slaves, and they're like, you see this? This is what's going to happen if you try to run away. Even if there was like 1 or 2 people within the slaves who probably had like a blooming desire of, like, oh, maybe I should run away, then and there it got killed off. Then and there it got hammered down. And yeah, seeing that situation, and they all lost their hope for freedom. And in this moment, like, Einar also little by little started losing his hope of freedom. Later on we see him getting whipped. And that's the thing, like, we can see how these guys, they're not hitting his faces, he's not hitting his face, he's not hitting his mouth. Wait a minute. Oh no, wait, he did hit their face. Just a minute. Just a sec. Oh, they did hit his face. What the hell? I was going to say they were not hitting his face because, the value will go down. But they did, hit his face. We see his bloody nose and everything. Anyways, they they whip him after that, and yeah, little by little we get to see how Einar is like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to stop. And we see one of the other guys trying to looks at Einar, and he's like trying to find out if that guy is suitable for him. And here Einar is think that as long as I obediently serve some master somewhere, everything will be fine. And his freedom, the whole desire for freedom goes down. Alright, in comes Leif Erikson, I think, yeah, that was his name. And one of these guys brought him here because Leif probably thought that this is Thorfinn. And he looks at him, and he's like, what the hell? This is not who I discussed. This is not blonde, neither is he small. He's like a big person. And then that guy's like, oh, I didn't get a better look at him. But yeah, look at him. You can buy him. And he's like, no, I don't want a worker. I'm here to find someone. And his name is Thorfinn. And yeah, he says here his name is Thorfinn. So he does know his name. Later on, when that guy calls him, like, oh, Thorfinn, come here, he realized that, he realized what happened. Okay, Einar here, Leif. In the end, Leif looks at Einar, and Leif is like, grabs him and is like, I'm sorry, and leaves. And yeah, here Leif, Einar is thinking, like, what a fortunate person it must be that someone's trying to look out, trying to find him. Which is true, like, in this world, in this cruel world. No, it is. If someone's looking for you like that, that is a fortunate thing. And he's like, yeah, like, what a fortunate situation. And like I said, so ironic that he, Leaf was trying to find Thorfinn from such a long time. And when he came in front of Thorfinn, Thorfinn's revenge, like the whole thing that shackled him down, made him blind, that thing didn't make Thorfinn realize how lucky he is that there's still someone, not someone, but so many people, even in his village, there's so many people who are waiting for Thorfinn, like just waiting for his return. That is in such in this world, that is such a, like fortunate thing. Like we can see Einar here, he has nothing now, but Thorfinn has so many people waiting for him. Like Leaf is looking for him actively. It is so such fortune, to have that. And here we see Einar is thinking about that, and in comes this one guy. Like I said, this guy looks a lot reasonable than the other guys who were trying to, like, I don't know, like I said, maybe looks could be deceiving. Maybe we'll see something else, in the upcoming episodes. Maybe we'll get to see his original personality. But for now, he looks like a lot more reasonable than the other guys. He like comes in and he's like, oh, show your teeth, and like looks at him and is like, oh, what's your name? And then he says like, what did you do, where were you? And he says like, oh, Northern England, I was a farmer. And he's like, all right, you know what, I have a farm, I have a big farm, so what do you think, could you work for me? And here he's like, yeah, sure. Like he's like, this is the opportunity. And yeah, we get to see him following this guy, and he sees like a vast, space filled with wheat and everything, and he's like, oh damn. And it reminds him of his village, of his mother, of his sister. And he's like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to give up all hopes of freedom. I think that's what he says here. And I'm just going to work here. Where's that part where he says that, live or die, I'll never be free again? Yeah. And you still think I haven't lost? Yeah, he remembers his mom's words when his mom said that as long as you're alive, and she wasn't able to complete it, but it was probably something like you can get up again or rebuild everything again. So he's thinking of that, and then we see someone chopping wood, and I did not realize this was probably Thorfinn chopping wood. I did not realize. I thought it was some random woodcutter or something chopping wood. But it makes sense why they were showing us that scene multiple times, because it was Thorfinn. So I really did not expect Thorfinn to be here, because I actually thought this was happening, like I said, when Leaf was trying to find Thorfinn. It's a little bit, this is not happening after that Canute situation. After Canute becomes a king, Thorfinn gets arrested. This is not happening after that. I thought that this was happening a lot earlier, when Leaf was actually trying to find Thorfinn and wasn't able to find him. That part I thought. But no, this is happening after everything went on. After season 1, this is what's happening. And that would imply, like I said, that something happened and Thorfinn somehow came under this guy, is working for him now, and Leaf doesn't know that. That's why Leaf is trying to find out where he is. Either way, he goes in, goes to that place, and this guy, he's like, oh, Thorfinn, it's me, come here. And yeah, in comes Thorfinn, and we see him, the only thing that has changed is he's got bigger and muscular. Not as muscular as Einar though, but still, his hair is unkept, it's like long, and he has like beard, and that's it, like little beard stubble. And here Einar says this is how and I Thorfinn met. So I'm guessing from the next episode we're going to see their story, what happens and how this goes. So there you go, fantastic episode. Like I said, this episode shows us again that the theme of this episode was again freedom, which was the theme throughout season 1, and that is still continuing. Here we get to see Einar, who was free, obviously, but then little by little he loses that freedom, and he convinces himself that, yeah, live or die, I can never be free. So yeah, I'm just going to give up. That's one person. While the other person, Thorfinn, was also someone who was completely opposite. If you think about it, was completely opposite to Einar. He had his, like, he had his freedom obviously at the beginning, but then he lost his freedom when Einar was free. At the time when Einar was free, Thorfinn lost his freedom because he got shackled by his own revenge. His own thoughts of revenge shackled him and made him took away his freedom. So when Thorfinn was shackled by that, he was not free. Einar was free at that moment. But little by little, everything changes. Einar little by little loses his whole thing of freedom, and he's shackling himself into thinking that I'm not free. While Thorfinn, I think, is kind of different. With the whole revenge thing gone, I think he's little by little coming out of that shackle and he's gaining his freedom back. Even though he's working for this guy, but I'm talking about more of a mental, like a freedom in a mental sense. I'm not talking about physical freedom of trying to do whatever you want to. Obviously, if you think about it in a physical sense, these two are not free. They're working under someone. So I'm talking about the more mental aspect, the mental aspect of freedom. Einar was free when Thorfinn was shackled by his own revenge, and he was not free. So Einar little by little loses his freedom and makes a shackle, like starts trying to shackle himself down, and thinks that, yeah, if I am not, not to get hurt, I need to just obey everyone. And he loses his freedom like that. He shackles himself. Now he's not free. He doesn't have his freedom. While Thorfinn, his shackles of revenge has broken completely now with Ashalad's death. And now he has gained back his freedom, I think, in a more mental aspect. I don't know. This is just how I see the whole thing. It's kind of interesting. So now we have these two confront each other. Now I'm guessing we're going to see how this guy changes by coming in contact with Thorfinn or something. We'll see, But this is a great start, The animation looks superb. The visuals are mesmerizing. The songs are amazing. Great storytelling. What else? 10 out of 10. Great start. I love it. So there you go. That was it. That was the first episode of Vinland Saga Season 2. After so long, I'm glad this is back. So thank you for watching, guys. This was my reaction to episode number 1 of Vinland Saga Season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe. If you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And I have a Discord server if you want to talk about anime and stuff there. There are people there. I'll link it down in the description box. You can click on that link and it'll take you to my server. And just if you want to talk with other people about anime, you can do that there. So there you go. That is it. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll be back with the next episode next week. So see you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.